Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of Wikipedia page creation, specifically for authors and writers. Whether you are a novelist, essayist, children's book author, poet, or even a thriller writer, this video is tailored just for you. So why Wikipedia, you ask? Well, having a Wikipedia page is one of the best ways to boost an author's visibility, credibility, and online presence. But here's the catch, it's not as simple as just hitting publish. Wikipedia has some pretty strict guidelines, especially for writers. But don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the entire process step by step, with a few insider tips along the way. Let's jump in. Step 1, assessing the notability, the author's notability. The very first thing to ask yourself before you even think about creating a Wikipedia page is this: is this author notable enough according to Wikipedia standards? And trust me, this question is crucial. Writing a book, 5 books, or even 50 books doesn't guarantee you a place on Wikipedia. So let's break it down. Wikipedia has what they call notability criteria for authors. These criteria help determine whether someone qualifies for a page or not. For writers, there are specific guidelines, but there are also general notability criteria that can apply if the author doesn't meet the writer specific ones. Let's start with the writer specific criteria. Here are some ways an author can meet them. First, if there is a detailed entry about them in a respected reference work like the Britannica Encyclopedia, that's a solid start. Second, if there is an academic paper, thesis, or dissertation focused on their work, something published by researchers in a recognized field, say humanities or social sciences, then this also helps validate their notability. Third, at least two of the author's works should have received substantial reviews in national media outlets. And when I say substantial, I don't mean a quick mention or a short blurb. I mean detailed multi paragraph reviews in respected publications. Think the New York Times, The Guardian, or Le Monde. A couple of lines in a local magazine just won't cut it. Now, what if these specific criteria aren't met? Don't give up just yet. Wikipedia has general knowledgeability criteria that anyone can meet. For these, Wikipedia looks for first, at least two different national media appearances spread 2 years apart. Second, a focus on the author's life or work in these features, not just a passing mention or interview. Third, and the feature must be investigative in nature, meaning it has more depth than a simple Q&A. The goal here is to establish that the author has some significance beyond their books alone. This can feel like a high bar, but it's set this way to ensure Wikipedia remains a reliable source. Now, step 2, creating a Wikipedia account. Okay, let's say your author passes the notability test. Great. Now it's time to create a Wikipedia account. This step is pretty straightforward, but it's still important. Having an account not only allows you to create pages, but also helps you build a reputation as a Wikipedia contributor, which can come in handy for future edits. Head to Wikipedia, click on Create Account at the top right, and fill in your details like your email, a username, and a password. Easy as that. One tip here: choose a username that reflects your role professionally. If you're doing this for a client, consider keeping it neutral, like Wiki Author Support or Creative Editor 123. This small detail adds a layer of professionalism. Now, step 3. Awesome, you have an account. Now it's time to start your draft. This is where the magic happens. There are a few ways to create a new Wikipedia page, but I highly recommend using your draft space. It's like your own private workbench where you can experiment, make mistakes, and refine your article before making it public. To get to your draft, log in and type this in your browser. I put the link in the video description below. Replace your username with the username you choose earlier. Once you're on the draft page, you'll see an option that says Start the user/draft page. Go ahead and select that, and voila, you're ready to start writing. One important note: drafts are a great way to avoid having your article deleted immediately. Since new pages are closely watched, starting in draft mode lets you polish your work without the pressure of immediate public scrutiny. Now, step 4: writing the article using a quality example. This is where we really get into writing the page itself. For an author's Wikipedia page to stay up, it needs to follow Wikipedia's encyclopedic tone and style. Wikipedia isn't the place for PR or marketing language, so neutrality is key. And don't worry, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. The best way to learn is to find a well written page on a similar author. Wikipedia labels certain pages as good articles or featured articles. These have been reviewed and approved by the community as exemplary. Look for the little star icon next to these articles. These are your best references. You could look at the page like Jamie Kelvin's, see in the video description below for the link, or find a page that closely matches the genre or style of your author. Here's my recommended structure. First, introduction. This is where you summarize the author's work, achievements, and background in a few sentences. Second, main sections. These could include biography, works, or any specific details relevant to the author's genre or impact. Third, notes and references. Every fact needs to be backed up by a source. Fourth, external links. Add links to the author's official website, publishers, or other credible sources. Fifth, categories and portals. In the English Wikipedia, this is where you add the page to relevant topics like 20th century literature or American novelists. Every single fact, aside from the introduction, must have a reliable source to back it up. And Wikipedia doesn't consider personal websites or publishers' pages as reliable sources because they are not independent. Aim for media sources or third party publishers for each claim. And tone matters. Avoid superlatives or making the author sound too grandiose. Stick to the facts, keep it professional, and you'll do just fine. Now, step 5: submitting for review or publishing the article. Once your draft is complete, it's time for the next big decision: submit it for review or publish it directly. If you're new to Wikipedia, it's a good idea to go to the review route first. When you submit a draft, a Wikipedia volunteer will check it out and may suggest improvements. Sometimes the review can happen within a day, other times it might take a few weeks. Just be patient. It's a volunteer process after all. Now, if you're confident in your work, you could go ahead and publish directly. But keep in mind that new pages are heavily scrutinized, especially those by first time authors. Wikipedia uses bots and real editors to check new pages. If the page doesn't meet standards, it could be deleted quickly. Now, step 6: let's talk about transparency. This step is often overlooked but very important: declaring a connection to the author. Wikipedia has transparency rules to ensure all content is neutral and unbiased. If you're creating a page for yourself, your spouse, family member, or even a client, you need to declare this connection. It's part of Wikipedia's commitment to transparency and trustworthiness. Can disclose this connection in three main ways. First, in the edit summary when you publish the page. Second, in the article's discussion page, also called the talk page. And third, on your own user profile on Wikipedia. If you don't declare your relationship, you risk having a big red warning banner added to the page saying undeclared paid contribution. And yes, that's hard to get rid of. In the worst case, your account could be blocked, so it's best to be upfront and avoid any future issues. Step 7 now, monitoring the page for changes. Congrats, your page is live, but don't disappear just yet. You'll want to monitor the page for any updates. To track changes, click the star icon at the top right of the page to watch it. You'll receive notifications anytime someone edits the page. This way, you'll know if someone adds new information, makes edits, or even flags the page for deletion. If you prefer not to have that on your mind constantly, set the page to email you anytime there is a change. This is also when the page could face a deletion discussion if other editors question the author's notability. By monitoring, you can stay up to date on these discussions and respond if necessary. And there you have it, a complete step by step guide on how to create a Wikipedia page for an author. Remember, Wikipedia is all about adding value to the public domain with accurate, well sourced information. And that's why it's important to follow these steps carefully. Focus on quality and always stay transparent. If this process feels overwhelming, remember that you can always reach out for help. Services like ours at WikiConsult are here to assist with page creation, audits, and even training if you want to handle it yourself in the future. Thanks for tuning in and best of luck with your Wikipedia writing journey. Don't forget to leave questions in the comments, and if you are interested in learning more about our services, check out WikiConsult. Until next time, happy editing